Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 35 of the Pokemon Cup series. Today we're here at Bikerneiki in Latvia for the running of the Power of Us 375. 18 laps around this tricky road course. There's no real map on this course. It is a 2.2 mile road course in Latvia. It's sure going to be a fun weekend here like we've always had these past couple seasons at this track. On the pole for this race will be the 11 of Philip Goldberg. On the outside will be the 31 of Cassandra Kirker. In row 2 we'll have Roger Ray and Matthew Mdev. Row 3 with Pete Hugh and Ezekiel Hines. Row 4 with Ben Goldman and Sharona Evans. And Priya McShane and Nick Salmon round out your top 10. And let's take a look at our winner from Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Last weekend it was Brianna Russell, and she starts in 29th today. And I mentioned that there was only she was one of two female drivers to make the playoffs this season. It was a little error I made last weekend. There was actually 3 female drivers in the playoff field this season. Cassandra Kirker, Sharona Evans, and Brianna Russell. So now that leaves, I believe, Priya McShane, the only female driver in this field without a race win this season, if I'm not mistaken. So looks like Priya McShane, time is running out for her to get a playoff spot among the other female drivers here in season 35. Anyway, let's take you trackside for the command to fire the engines.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice evening, long day. It's going to be a lot of adjustments. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. This is a real race here. We're going to have a blast tonight. I can't wait to get up and get going.
And the race is on. Here we go. It's going to be 18 laps around Bikerneiki. This is always a fun track to race at. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen here in this strange 2.2 mile road course. Philip Goldberg leads the field. And I believe stages are going to work with lap 5 being the first stage, lap 10 the second, and the final stage is going to be 8 laps. Green flag is in the air. Or, yeah, 7. You know what, 7. Let's do 7. 7. Here comes Kirker into the carousel. And Kirker is battling with Goldberg for the lead. And Goldberg able to get the better start. So far, Philip Goldberg gets a better start. And now it looks like 31 went in the grass. And Roger Ray has just taken second place. Wow, what a move by that 32 car. And Matthew Mdev looks for third. Oh, we got 2 cars off track. Wow, 2 cars went off the track there I saw, and I believe that was one of them was the 42 Chandler Caudell. Philip Goldberg just pulled away already. He is already on a mission. Ooh, Mdev got loose. And Pichu is up to 4th. Look at Roger Ray though, closing in on the 11 real quick. Go show you how much things can change in an instant. He's going for it. He's going the high line. Let's see if it works here on the second lap. That high line doesn't really work. He's going to try, though. And he's not going to get there. But he did try that high line. Now he's still sticking with that line. The 11 car wisely blocks the 32. Here comes Ray, though. He wants revenge, though. He wants that. He wants to win again. He wants that second win. Goldberg wants to be back in the playoffs. He wants to win too. So all these drivers want to win here at Bikerneiki. After this race, it's going to be only 2 races left in the regular season. That'll be Rockingham and Montegi. So the 11 car is so far able to stay in his position. And Sharona Evans trying to battle with Priya McShane, and McShane gets her in that position. There's Pichu right in the back in 4th position in the 99 car. Oh, hard hit there. Loses another one to Amdev. Now drops to 5th. Wow, Pichu took a hard lick on that corner wall. Didn't see it coming, and he's going to lose a position. Oh, it looked like the 32 was going to get a run off the 11. Looked like he was going to bump it out of the way there, but he just can't quite get there. Roger Ray in 2nd, and 3rd is Kirker. There you see the field is starting to separate a bit, but we've seen crazy stuff happen in Bikerneiki, so it might not be the end. And here we go, Roger Ray still trying to stay behind the 11 car. He's always been getting the better runs on the last corners of the track, and that's why he's been able to keep it close with the 11 team. Still very close battle. It looks like 32 found a run there. Might still be on the bottom. He still wants to take the pass. Oh man, they're getting a little loose. I think the 11 was trying to force the 32 in the wall there, but he can't quite get there. And there you see the tour around the tough road course here. As you can see how the 32 is trying to catch the 11 car. There you see the high fast speed corners there. A little braking required at this track. So they're still going around 100 miles per hour. They're going to reach 150 miles per hour at its fastest. I mean over 150 miles per hour. It's a really fast track. There's a good braking zone there, probably a good place to pass as well. Another big braking zone down that quarter. And into the S curves right here where things get twisty. Very tough road course for a stock car to run in, and that's why it's always been very exciting to see races like these. And by the way, we have our first caution of the race. So Philip Goldberg leads to the yellow, and it looks like Carter Friesen might have brought the yellow out. Looked like there was contact with Derek Hamill and Zach Fitzwater, and Hamill hits the 34 of Friesen, and he goes around, and a couple cars also took damage from the 34 team, and that's what brought the yellow out for the first time today. Looks like Goldberg's gonna win stage 1 unless if something happens. Oh, he's pitting, and I believe it's gonna be Ben Goldman winning stage 1. How about that? His own teammate just took the playoff point away. Wow, he just took that playoff point away. How about that? Wow. Wow. Ben Goldman. He's going to lead back to the caution and back to green. Handful of cars pit, and Goldberg is out first. Handful of cars, though, decided to stay out, and Goldman is now the leader. So we'll see if Goldman can hang on and lead us back to green. Looks like he will. And Friesen is out of the race already. So here we go to green flag again for Ben Goldman, now the new leader here at Bikerneiki. How weird is that Joe Gibbs leading so far in this race with 2 different cars. It was going to be the 11 of Goldberg, and now it's Goldman in the 18. Josh Drake is now up to 2nd place. He moved up to 2nd spot from Sharona Evans. We've had a first-time winner last week, and Brianna Russell took her first ever win at Canadian Tire. We'll see if Josh Drake can win for the first time this season here at Bikerneiki. I believe we have like 5 or 6 first-time winners this season. Sharona Evans, by the way, is one of them, and she's running 3rd. Fourth is Christian Vargas, and fifth is Donovan Duthin. Another top 5 performance for him. Bishop and Castillo battling for the top 5 spot, but these guys have not pitted under the last caution flag, so I wonder how this will affect them in the long run. Just 11 more laps around here at Bikerneiki. Looks like Sharon Evans might try to make a move on Josh Drake, trying to loosen the 92 up. Can't quite get there. Here comes Castillo into pass the 2 of Billy Bishop. And Castillo makes it work. Meanwhile for Goldberg, he just got passed by Roger Ray. And now he's battling with teammate Priya McShane. As the Joe Gibbs cars are getting involved a lot in some way. The 11 is going to hang on though. And she will continue. And the 11 hangs on, continues to run. Goldman in front now, over a little bit ahead of Josh Drake. Able to pull away a little bit behind the 92. And now battle brewing between Castillo, Duthin, and Bishop. Looks like Castillo took a hit in the wall there, and he's going to lose momentum. Here comes Miles, trying to get by the 19, and he does. Miles gets by the 19, and now more drivers competing into the carousel. Look at Ben Goldman just pull away dramatically. But again, he didn't pit under yellow, so it might affect his tires later. Romanek on the pit road for an issue. Looks like he's on the pit road again. He's 39th now, so probably not going to be competing for a win. And it looks like the 20 car still wants to pass his her teammate. As Goldberg and McShane, both from Joe Gibbs. McShane gets by. And there's Giovanni Castillo, the other Joe Gibbs car we almost forgot to mention. Having a top 10 day right now. Oh, but it might be ruined. He is in the wall, and he gets loose. Wow, nearly ruined. He nearly got spun by Reagan Whitlock on that corner. Not a good run for that 19 car. Down to 8th place. Might lose 9th. Still fighting up high and might able to get by the 72. Just barely was able to continue running a top 10 car. Oh, look at Joseph Romanek just came off pit road, nearly in front of the leaders. And he got lapped by Goldman, and so Goldman able to get the advantage with a lap car, trying to slow down the 92's progress. Sure is going to be a tough time for that 92 to find out how he can pass that 51 car. Going to try the bottom lane, and he's going to try to clear that car, and he will. So he clears the 51. Now he's trying to close in on that 18 car. So at least the 92 was able to get by. And Goldman's going to continue to race. I don't know how long that he will last without a pit stop though. So 7 he just won stage 2. He just earned himself his second playoff point, another 10 bonus points if he wins, if he is in the playoffs. We'll see how long he'll last though on those old tires. Romanek, well, looks like everybody's trying to get past Romanek. Looks like Donovan Duthin's going to be the next one to pass him as the lap car. And also, all the top 5 are able to get the lap car out of the way. So now they're focusing on staying in the top 5, getting good finishes. As Christian Vargas up to 4th place, and Duthin's 5th, and Sharon Evans 3rd. Comes Bishop. And Billy Bishop just went by the 51 car. Now it looks like Miles is going to be the one that's going to have to pass him next. And there he goes. He passes the 51. As 51 was able to let go of the top 7 cars right now in the race. 19 is running in 9th position right now, so 2 Joe Gibbs cars top 10 would be pretty impressive. 7 more laps to go. 2-second lead for Ben Goldman, still trying to make it on fuel. Maybe make this a no pit stop race. Highly doubt it, but he's going to try anyway. He got the big points, big paying in points. So if he makes it, he wins somewhere within this race or the next 2. He might have those. He might be able to use them, the playoff points, the 2 playoff points he got here in the race. And now Castillo's dropped to 10th position as the top 10 are out of the way of the 51. But that doesn't mean that the drivers in the back will make their own moves to get by that 51, and maybe very aggressive moves for no apparent reason. There's Ben Goldman trying to lead here in this race. And so surprisingly, I don't think any Joe Gibbs car has locked his or her spot in the playoffs, so he might be the first of the Joe Gibbs team to be in the playoffs this season. It would fittingly be the 18th different driver to make the playoffs this season. Car number 18, he'd be the 18th different driver to lock himself in the playoffs. And overall, we'll have 19 different winners this season, which means that we're going to have a little more than half of the races this season with different winners. Still pretty good. Having almost everybody involved get a win in some point. That's if Ben Goldman can survive and hold on. Oh, what happened to 3rd place? Sharon Evans was 3rd place, and now suddenly she's down into 4th. And 3rd is now Christian Vargas. Wow, I never even noticed that. Wow, I didn't even notice that until now. Huh. That's quick. That was quick. Anyway, here comes Goldman. Still trying the best he can to stretch out as much of the tires and fuel and just no stops as possible. 5 more laps around Bikerneiki. 1 caution we've had so far in this race, and remember what happened last time in Canadian Tire. We had 1 caution, and then another one came in with 3 to go that forced overtime, and it ended with Brianna Russell taking the win. Will there be another late caution to set the field up this time? So it looks like the 11 and 20s battle was all for naught, as the 11 is now down to 19th. And the 20 is up to 16th. So McShane has made her own moves up to the front. So it looks like that strategy for Goldberg he had early in the race is not really working to his advantage, as he's still in the middle 20s after leading the first couple laps of the race. But his teammate, though, is picking up the slack so far, mostly the 18 in front. Yellow is out with just 4 laps to go, and we're going to have a 2-lap dash. Wow! I'm not sure if teammates caused this, but this caution's going to be a game changer. Oh no, it was Romanuk. He got turned by Chandler Caudell. I don't know why the 42 tried to spin the 51 out. He's a lap car. I guess he was in the way and he just took him out. Wow, that was just unnecessary. That was completely unnecessary to take out the 51 like that. There was no other spin, so that was probably the only reason the caution came out. There was no reason for that. And just like that, Ben Goldman, now he's got a decision to make. Is he going to give up the lead? He has to come to pit road, or is he going to try to hold on and save the fuel? Oh my gosh, this is going to be crazy. Let's see what Goldman does. It looks like he can't make it. Neither can the 92. And it looks like Vargas will be your new leader. So Christian Vargas is in front with coming to 2 laps to go. So this race has completely changed with Vargas in front with just 2 more laps around. Who's going to win now? This is going to be interesting. Here we go. Back to green. Vargas is in the lead. 2 to go. So it looks like Goldman was not able to make it to the end as almost expected. Oh, now the 43 trying to get the 00 loose. And Castillo trying to get 3rd place. Now he's the top highest running Joe Gibbs car in the field, so he wants to really make a real good impression. Christian Vargas, 00, trying to get win number 2 in season 35. Already won earlier this season, looking to win again. Same for Donovan Duth, that already has a win as well. 3rd place Reagan Whitlock does not have a win, and so he would love to win and get in the playoffs. And it would also be his first career win if he can do it. Into the S curves. Caution's out! There's a spin, and look at Ben Goldman going around and flipping! And the table's completely turned! Oh my gosh! This is going to be another overtime finish coming up. Christian Vargas is in front, and Donovan Duth just took 3rd place! Wow! The tables turned on Ben Goldman! He just got turned, he flipped! The driver that led the most laps in this race flipped out, and now we're going to bring overtime in Bikerneiki. Billy Bishop took him out, the 2 car, along with Derek Hamill and Grayson Acevedo. Wow! I don't think Goldman expected that to happen. Wow. Wow. Oh boy. Bikerneiki, man. It's going to come down to the wire. And what just happened? The field just got mixed up, and now all of a sudden, look, Vargas is still going to be the race leader, no doubt about that. But second is now Zachary DeLello. I think if they had the green flag continuing, they would have run out. Wow. Wow. I'm shocked. Zachary DeLello is in 2nd place, and it looks like the 43 just didn't have enough fuel to finish in 2nd. He's going to be in 30th. And Rick Whitlock 31st. How about that? What are the odds of that happening? And Zachary DeLello is going to be 2nd. Incredible. I'm shocked. This is complete now. Wow, we had a completely different race after the 2nd caution came out with new leader Christian Vargas, and then caution came out for overtime, and now we have a completely different race again. The tables have turned again. Vargas is still the leader though, but now he's going to have to face off against Zachary DeLello and Ezekiel Hines and John Andrews and Priya McShane. Wow, I'm shocked. So I guess we'll have to go with this field for overtime. So you don't want to miss it. 2 laps to go. It's going to be crazy. You don't want to miss overtime here at Bikerneiki. Here we go, 2-lap overtime for the 2nd straight race. And this time Christian Vargas is out in front with a completely different group behind him after a messy final 3-lap run. 2-lap run, I should say. The field shuffled up, and now Zachary DeLello will start in the front row with Vargas. We'll see who gets the better start here in this 2-lap overtime dash. Here we go. Green flag is back out with 2 to go. Here at Bikerneiki, who's going to win it in Latvia? By the way, Carter Friesen on payroll before the start. 3 wide to start off. Here comes Rowe. Here comes DeLillo trying to get the run. Vargas still trying to fight up high. They're crashing in the back. There'll be no caution though. Drake, Russell, Ray, and Fitzwater involved. DeLillo still hanging on. 3 wide for 3rd place. Zachary DeLillo still hanging on with Vargas. Andrews behind him. We'll see if Andrews makes the move. Vargas gets loose. Andrews down low to 2nd place. DeLillo just took the pass. Into the S curves. DeLillo leads. Andrews behind him at 2nd. Vargas in the wall. Into the grass. He's losing it. Coming to the white flag with 1 more lap around. It's DeLillo or Andrews. Andrews in the wall. Might be enough for DeLillo to pull ahead. White flag in the air. Ezekiel Hines battling with his teammate. An insane restart. But now DeLillo leads. Who knew he'd be in front now? John Andrews still trying to keep 2nd position from his teammate. But unless if they screw up, it might be all over. Zachary DeLillo out of nowhere surprises us here in overtime. And he's just got a few more turns left to collect his 2nd career win and of course his 2nd win of the season. Into the grass, but not going to affect him. John Andrews will keep 2nd place. With that smack in the wall in the final corner might have cost him the win. Down the final S's. Here comes Zachary DeLillo off the final corner. Surprises everybody by collecting his 2nd win of season 35 in the Power of Us 375 at Bikerneiki in Latvia. What a finish. Fitting for a very crazy race. Probably the race of the season you've just witnessed here in the Pokemon Cup Series. There's Roger Ray just barely getting into the finish line. Sharona Evans and Carter Friesen, they both stalled on before the start of overtime. So, wow. As if things weren't crazy enough. But anyway, Zachary DeLillo out of nowhere takes the win and scores his 2nd career win here in the Pokemon Cup Series. Beating out John Andrews to the line when Andrews hit that wall. Coming to the white flag, DeLillo knew that the race was all his. So Zachary DeLillo, congrats on his 2nd career win and 2nd win of the season. And he'll definitely be a factor in the playoffs now in that 12 car. Fitting that he won in the same paint scheme Ryan Blaney did when he won at the Charlotte Roval, except it had the emoji on the sides. But this one's the regular Pennzoil paint scheme. But it's still the same design that Ryan Blaney used when he won at the Charlotte Roval earlier this season. That was a crazy finish. But the luck was on his side. The luck of Ryan Blaney was on his side. And he takes the win for the Penskes here today at Bikerneiki. Congrats to him. The 12-9. How about the 2 young guns finishing 1-2 here today? So anyway, hope you enjoyed this wonderful, wonderful race. It was a fun race to do. A lot of fun from start to finish. And next weekend we will be at Rockingham, UK. The weird oval in the United Kingdom. The other track named Rockingham. The penultimate race of the regular season, and then after that the Cup Series will be running at Motegi, and for the regular season finale, a thrilling finale here at Japan. And before we get to Rockingham, UK, though, we'll get to Gateway for the National Truck Series weekend at Gateway Motorsports Park. It's going to be thrilling because it's going to be a great return to Gateway and a great return to form. But anyway, just 2 races left in the regular season and in World Tour 35. They'll be in Rockingham in the United Kingdom and Twin Ring Motegi in Japan. So The next 2 weekends are going to be real thrilling. And only 17 drivers in the playoffs so far. We might have up to 19 drivers etched in the playoff name, in the playoff field. So it'll be less than half the field that'll make up as playoff drivers. We do know that, but we'll see who's going to join them in the growing playoff field with no limits. So anyway, we will see you guys next weekend at Rockingham, UK.